Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A tax bill battle. A Metro Detroit homeowner going toe-to-toe with the county over how much she's being asked to pay. And when you hear what's really happening here, you'll understand why the homeowner reached out to Help Me Hank to come to the rescue. Glad you're with us at 6. I'm Devin Skillian.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Consumer investigator Hank Winchester is live on the east side tonight with more. Hank.
Yeah, and Kimberly, Devin, this story is wild. I'm glad we could sort it all out. Take a look. This is the Martin family home right here on the east side, and this is the lot they purchased, the vacant lot. No home. But they were paying taxes like there was a house here. That is until we got involved. What has this been like for you?
It's been hell.
When you hear this story, you'll understand why Monica is so frustrated. These photos show crews hard at work taking down what was an eyesore. This house torn down in 2019. Shortly thereafter, Monica bought it from the land bank. Just $200 seemed like a great deal, but she had no idea what was coming next. And when you bought it from the land bank, it was just land.
Yes.
There wasn't even a house here.
No house.
Monica started getting tax bills on this property, 2021, 2022. They wanted big bucks. Well, it's because it was being taxed as if the house was still standing. It wasn't. And because you haven't paid it, because you've been in this battle to have them understand there's not a house here, they've now foreclosed on the non-house on this piece of property.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
That has got to make you thinking, what is going on?
Nothing.
Nothing. She battled to get it reassessed. So many calls, such a big headache, but nothing worked. She refused to pay and then got a foreclosure notice. So what was really happening here? Even though Monica was providing all the information, showing photos of just a vacant lot, the county wasn't talking to the assessor's office. The assessor's office didn't have the information it needed from the county. It was still being taxed like a house was standing. Well, that wasn't right. So I just got information from the county. Here's what they're saying. The assessor called the county and had the vacant lot pulled from the foreclosure list. The adjustments will be made, problem solved.
Okay.
All taken care of.
All taken care.
Feel better?
I love you, Hank.
All good, right?
All good.
That was all it took. And I know it was a huge headache.
Yes.
But it's behind you now.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank God.
All good. Finally, I want to read part of a statement that we did receive from the CFO's office. It reads, the Detroit Land Bank has successfully sold thousands of vacant side properties to residents over the years, and Miss Martin's case is rare. We plan to look further into this issue to determine why the assessor's office was not immediately notified of the demolition of this home. We're live here tonight on the east side. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank. Back to you.
Hank, so what should you do if you do find yourself in a tax battle like this?
Yeah, and you know, it can be very complicated, Kimberly. I mean, after all, there are thousands of properties within Wayne County. The best thing you can do is document everything. And if you're having trouble on the phone, we know the phone lines can be stressful. Make your way down to the city county building, ask for an appointment, sit with somebody face to face, work to sort it all out.
How incredibly frustrating, though, for Monica, but hate that the news had to get involved for them to make a difference, but so happy that you were able to get it sorted out for her, Hank. Great story.
All right, we've got new information now on the stabbing of a woman on a public bus in Ann Arbor. 21-year-old Noah Williams appeared via video to face the charges today. Investigators say he and a woman on an Ann Arbor transit bus bumped into each other, and Williams pulled out a knife and slashed her across the chest. He's charged with assault with intent to murder for that, but there's more. Williams is also charged with assault with a dangerous weapon for allegedly pressing a knife against the throat of another person inside a Target store just 2 days earlier. None of the injuries in the two cases is considered life-threatening.
A Macomb County woman survives a house fire thanks to quick action from a priority waste crew that came to her rescue. Parts of that drama caught on camera on Inches Street in Mount Clemens. The waste crew was on its regular route when they saw smoke coming from a home. They found a 65-year-old woman trapped inside. They kicked in the door, helped her out of a bedroom window. Sadly, the woman's dog, though, died. In spite of CPR efforts as firefighters got there, that dog did not make it. Right now, the cause of the fire is under investigation, but firefighters don't think it's anything suspicious. All right, killing two birds with one stone, renovating parts of the community while also giving people a place to live.
That's the goal of one affordable housing project that's being rehabbed in Detroit's Piety Hill neighborhood. Victor Williams live at the Claire in Detroit. Victor, this place was vacant for a long time, right?
Devin, Kimberly, for nearly a quarter of a century. That entire time, this place has looked just like this, totally empty. But before you know it, it's going to look completely different.
It's an eyesore that's about to need to be fixed all these years.
For decades, Taj Van Nelson has had to look at this building in the front of his home on Claremont Avenue, but soon it's going to be a transformation that will hopefully give him pride in where he lives.
But hey, more stuff should come up and down this block.
The building that's sat there for years now being renovated in a $9.17 million project that will bring 42 new units of affordable housing to the area. It was all discussed at a press conference right next to the site.
Oh man, it's about to be special for the neighborhood. It's something we need.
The vintage 1920s building is expected to be modernized with on-site parking that will even have 6 chargers for electric vehicles. The renovation was paid for in part by a $5 million loan from the Detroit Housing for the Future Fund, along with other grants. Mayor Duggan on the positive change that's being made.
It's terrific.
Right across from the Ruth Ellis apartments, right across from the Jim Holly apartments. This neighborhood is coming back.
Those inside will have their monthly rental payments set between only 50 to 80% of the area's median income.
My wife works in building 2 buildings down from this development. It's good for Detroit. It's good for the neighborhood.
And another great thing is that this building is guaranteed to be affordable housing at least for the next 11 years. Victor Williams, Local 4.
We'll keep following it. All right, Victor. Millions of Americans will be watching on Monday for the total eclipse. We are, as you can see, 3 days, 20 hours, and about 24 minutes or so away from the big event. Of course, you can only look at the eclipse, though, with the use of specialized eye protection. We can't repeat that enough for solar viewing.
Don't want to hurt your vision. Our Ashley Barrissey will be traveling to Cleveland Monday to experience totality. She spoke with an expert at the University of Michigan who puts into perspective how different the experience will be in the path of totality.
The path of totality is very narrow. It's only about 100 miles wide. Luna Pier is the only spot in Michigan that will fall in that path, reaching totality around 3:15 p.m. Professor Gertis at the University of Michigan explains what you experience while in totality.
It will be about as dark as it gets, maybe like 45 minutes after sunset. The difference is, after sunset, you see twilight colors only in the west. But during a total eclipse, you see the colors of twilight 360 degrees around the horizon as we're standing in the center of the moon's shadow, and the region outside of that is still in light.
Not to mention, animals will start their nighttime rituals. Nocturnal wildlife may awaken while non-nocturnal creatures may think it's time for bed. You will not only see a difference, you will feel a difference too. That's because temperatures can drop by several degrees. A good portion of the rest of Michigan will be closer to 99% total coverage, but even that 1% makes a difference. That's because 1% of the sun's light is about 400 times brighter than the full moon.
The difference between a 99% partial eclipse and a total eclipse is kind of like the difference between driving to Ford Field from some distance away and staying right outside the stadium. You got 99% of the way there, and then you hear the Lions win the game on the last play. The crowd goes nuts. You know something exciting happened. You were close enough for it to be interesting, but it's nothing like the experience of being inside and watching it. Being 99% partial is the same kind of a thing. If you can get into that path of totality just an hour or so away from here, make the effort to do it.
The next eclipse that will be visible from a good swath of the continental United States won't happen until the year 2044, so 20 years from now. And the next eclipse that's visible from Michigan won't happen until 2099. However, the next total eclipse will happen in August of 2026, and it will be visible off the coast of Iceland, England, finally making landfall near Spain. So maybe now is the time to start planning a trip overseas.
Okay, Ashley, and you can see Ashley's full interview on the eclipse right now on our website. We'll be streaming live all day on Local 4 Plus, and click on Detroit.com with reports from Cleveland, Toledo, and Luna Pier. Plus, we'll be talking to NASA astronauts and scientists about this event as it happens.
Speaking of big events, all week long we've had a contest to give away 2 pairs of tickets to opening day, and we are now excited to announce the winners. Congratulations to Kathleen Eldon from Wyandotte and Vince Simpson from Clinton Township. They got a big day coming up tomorrow. Stick with Local 4, Local 4 Plus, and click on Detroit. We'll be out at Comerica Park for the morning show. Tomorrow we'll be talking about the team, the changes to Comerica Park this year. Also, all that new food that we have talked about and kind of previewed. Everything that'll be waiting for you when you get to the game on what is always one of the best days of the year in Detroit.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And between opening day and the eclipse, all eyes are on the weather right now. It's going to be a busy few days for the 4 Warm Weather team, isn't it, Ron?
It is going to be exciting and busy. Now, the thing is, we're watching these clouds. Do they want to play game with us or not? You know, the thing is, we do have the clouds hanging around with us into the weekend and possibly into our Monday as well. But right now, here's a few breaks in the clouds. We're at 52 degrees in Detroit, 43 in Howell, 41 for Lapeer, 48 in Monroe. Those winds a little breezy right now. They'll be even breezier as we get into tomorrow. So want to step out of the way so you can get a clear picture of what's happening with the ZachTrack 4D radar. Some of those showers right now moving across the area. You can see them in Macomb County, right around Grosse Pointe. Also, as you get into Wayne County, Harper Woods area, we're going to see some of those rain showers. As we move on out, you can see some more of those showers into the Monroe County area. Around Dundee, you see some of those showers. Adrian, we're picking them up, and also around Ann Arbor. Now, this will be moving through our area for the next few hours. Let's see what's happening on the bigger picture. Clouds and radar. We're seeing those clouds all over southeast Michigan. Some of those showers starting to move farther toward the south, over the Toledo area. We will still see showers as we head into tomorrow. I'll tell you about the timing coming up.